Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this particular video, I'd like to discuss my thoughts on episode 5 of the anime series, Coppelion. And I have to say, I found this to be an intriguing episode in that we're sitting on a new leg of this seeking out and trying to save people within this Japan-turned-Chernobyl. Using the little black book given to them by Professor Shiba, the Coppelion unit find a crashed vehicle after some of their resources had been made off with, stolen in effect, and basically in this vehicle are a father and daughter who is pregnant that came under attack of what they call the ghosts of the First Division. I find this highly intriguing because it all harkens back to the catastrophe that started it all. This great mysterious catastrophe we know Professor Shiba believes himself to have been integral in the creation of all of this radiation fallout and everything like that, but we still don't know the details. And this First Division of the Self-Defense Force was said to kind of be the first responders. They were sent in to save people who were clogging up traffic ways and stuff like that, trying to make an escape. A lot of those people died and suffered, and, only a rare few, I would have to imagine, are still being able to survive in this, fallout-encrusted Japan. What's interesting, though, in a very negative connotation, is that this First Division basically suffered many casualties as well, trying to get in and save people, and they were all thought wiped out. But of course we have the survivors, and as a result of not knowing this, the government actually called off any and all further, rescue attempts and that kind of thing, left people to suffer and die until the Coppelion unit was funded and brought forth. These girls who can go in as puppets, as they're called, or dolls, genetically bred to go in there and be stronger to withstand the radiation, to actually resume the rescue efforts. And so it's interesting that this First Division seems to have gone the way of piracy, in that they're attacking people and stealing their goods for their own benefit. Of course, Ibarra leads the charge in trying to get these civilians, the father and daughter who is pregnant, out of this vehicle as the First Division are oncoming, and she ignites this explosive that essentially reveals to us that whoever the leader of this First Division is, this survivor, he's wearing the sort of protective suit that all of the other people have been, but you see that one of his goggles is actually broken, and he's actually kind of impressed, almost jokingly so, at the skills that Ibarra and her crew show. And I have to wonder, if his goggle is broken, is he being subjected to this radiation? And if so, how is he not dying? Does he have some immunity? Did he get a quick injection after the fact? It's very intriguing to me, this whole aspect. Of course, they take a breather, that is the Coppelion crew and these two civilians, but then they come under attack once again by this First Division force, and essentially in this whole, fragmented trying to escape, they have someone called the foreman come in and try to protect them and get them out of there as an escape getaway driver kind of guy. And in the process, you have Taiko getting shot, and she's bleeding, and her health is at risk. They find out essentially the vice principal cannot afford to come in. He basically had a meeting with this Prime Minister Natsume, who is this very short, very just over-the-top, crazy guy. He comes in wearing a gas mask in an area that is wholly protected from any kind of fallout, because that's, just his way. He's ignorant, as one of his aides says, or what have you. And he wants to have a meeting back in his limo. A call is intercepted by the vice principal from Ibarra, telling him about what's going on with Taiko's injury and the people they've saved. Of course, you have Aoi just going schizo. She needs to get out of there. She's almost having a nervous breakdown. And this guy overhears the reference to this First Division. Suddenly he goes incredulous. He goes schizo himself. And he's suddenly ordering the vice principal to order Ibarra's crew not to be rescued until they wipe out the First Division, find out where they are, and take them out. It's almost as if this guy is trying to protect some secret, something he doesn't want anyone to know, that he probably has a connection to this First Division, or he's aware of them, or, he's afraid of something being uncovered that has to do with him in his past. And it's just very shocking to see that in order to make sure that Ibarra's Coppelion unit stays behind. He orders the vice principal to sanction a detail to maintain security at an upcoming conference that he's going to be taking part in for 3 whole days. And of course, Ibarra is very nervous about Tycho's well-being as she's bleeding. You know, how is she going to heal? Even with her genetic capabilities, she could still lose her life. Now, building up to this, you have this great, just fantastic reveal, going bigger and badder than anything we've seen thus far, of the planet. You know, the JASA, or JASA, I guess is the Japanese equivalent of NASA, you know, place specializing in the building of rocketry and space stations, all that kind of stuff. This big, humongous, sort of circular, half-moon-shaped building where people are safe inside it. They can walk around without protective suits and everything like that. AO is just going over the top with excitement at seeing this place. All the while, of course, we're worried about Tycho's injury, and it's very intriguing just to see that this whole place exists. The powering of this place, you know, they basically chalk it up to water power and everything like that. But the father they rescued from the truck is very suspicious. He seems to be casting doubt as to the water being the only thing that could lead to powering this whole sort of self-contained city, if you will. And we don't even know as yet how many people are actually living within this structure. But it's intriguing at the end when, of course, the vice principal, knowing he can't make it to save or help Ibarra and the Coppelion unit in any way, shape, or form, he puts in a call for a cleanup crew, something he's referring to as a cleanup crew. And we're seeing this guy in shadow, his silhouette sort of playing on fences, as we're seeing weapon parts all taken apart and strewn all over the place. Cleanup crew as in weapons specialist, you know, get in silently, take out the opposition, don't let anyone know, move out as silently as you came in, that kind of thing. It just proves to be more ominous stuff and more intriguing stuff to come in the future of this series. I can't wait to see where it picks up in episode 6, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you thought of episode 5 of Coppelion, if you've seen it. Otherwise, I highly recommend you check it out. And for now, that'll be it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you later. Peace.